All right, so we just got the wiring up on this kit. This is the XR200. We got the brake light on the back. Pretty much used all the typical Amazon parts that are suggested. The brake light's got blinkers on it. First I wasn't thinking of doing blinkers because you don't have to, but figured, hey, why not? So did that. Also, I got the spring switch for the brake light right here. I kind of did a weird jerry rig on that because, you know, but you can kind of see I'm using zip ties, but it does work. So just make it work, you know, so like when you push that down, I kept the old spring on there and just used the spring that came with it, so it's all good. And then the hardest part of this was just the wiring, which is what this guy did here. So Neil, why don't you talk about the wiring? What'd you do?
So what we've got, everything's tied into a lithium battery here, 12 volt. And this is our connection piece coming out. So we've got, you aren't going to need to ground this to the bike or anything. There's a ground in this connection to the lithium battery. But you'll want to run an inline fuse. So we just popped off the connector, and then this is your ground, this is your power, ran an inline fuse. I know it's messy, we're doing this just with the wiring that we had, so I've got everything tagged. From there I ran a 12 volt line out to the harness for all of our switches, and basically you've got gray as your power to your turn signal, which needs to be set up on its own, actually on its own power with a relay in line for that. But then you've got headlight, and then you've got oh, what was green? That was not turn signals. Is that horn?
Horn. We haven't used horn yet. Yeah, so it's horn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We just haven't put the horn on quite yet.
And so those all run in because our headlight doesn't have high and low beams. What we did is we made it so that the entire system turns on when I turn high beam on.
Yeah, that was the easiest way to do it.
And so what we have there is, so that's on our line out, which is this dark blue right here. And that dark blue, which is our high beam, connects to the headlight, connects to the running light on the brake light, and then also connects down to the pedal brake for your
right.
for your foot.
So you can see that.
Foot brake runs up in, connects to the actual foot brake wire, which is, let's see, green is your running light, red is your brake light.
Mm-hmm. Black was the ground.
Yeah, black was the ground, so I ran ground back.
And then
up
I think yellow's right signal, white is left
ground
signal.
right here. Also, your headlight, if it's LED, it'll need a ground. So that was ran back here. And then for the turn signals, after your fuse, just run a separate line. With a relay, you're going to need a relay like this.
And that's the LED relay.
LED relay in line, running. So this is the 12 volt line going into your switch. Out of your switch, you're going to have two. Turn signal wires, and let's see what we got here. One of them is. Let's see, which one do we got? One's orange, right here.
Some guys call that red, but
yeah, some guys call that red. And then the other one is, let's So where's the single coming out? It's not the gray. It is orange and this light blue.
Yeah, the light blue.
The light blue is.
Cool.
And those both run out to your turn signals. So you've got the 12 volt power coming off of after the fuse into your relay. Make sure if you find that the relay's not working, we did this, we had it backwards, then your turn signals are gonna stay constant instead of flashing. So don't need to get frustrated, just flip it around, and then that'll work. And from the relay, what it looks like is you just want to connect your 12 volt in to the red, and then take the black wire and continue that down in line into your switch. That's what that looks like. But as you can see, I can turn this on. We have 30 hours of runtime. Everything works. So the whole system just turns on when I run it into high beam here. And all of our turn signals, there's left,
Yep.
here's right, and then we've got
Brake.
right here.
Yep.
And then if you're just riding around during the day and you're not riding on anything that requires a licensed vehicle, you can just flip that whole system off, and you're not wasting battery and stuff off of running lights that are just going.
Awesome. Now, that's awesome. So we didn't find any videos on this, so we kind of had to piece this all together from like questions people asked and then the answers on both the backlight and also on this control switch. Guys do a really good job of answering the question, especially this one. The guy does a really good job of answering the question on how this is supposed to be wired, so you can just read that with this video just for clarification, because it's kind of a simple step-by-step diagram on that. The other thing I wanted to mention too was I didn't find anything while I was looking for just a battery about what kind of battery to get and what to use. Well, I just found a lithium battery pack for charging your cell phone. I just put it into a little plastic bag just to keep it dry, you know, just in case. It fits fine in there on an XR200, but you can see the size of that. It's got actually a little right here, some lights that'll tell you how much it's charged, and it's also got a switch on the front to turn it on or off if you want. Here too, you can just plug in your cell phone right there to charge your cell phone, so that's what we're gonna do. So anyway, that is it. That's XR200. You could do this on pretty much any bike that doesn't have a battery, of course. The only thing that's different is probably your brake process and spring, because you know this bike requires spring. I think there's other ones that are not spring. I can't remember the anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Cable, yeah, whatever. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys found this helpful, because we couldn't find anything on the internet about it, so I just wanted to post something useful. All right.